Okay, we're rolling. Everyone loves film, but there's nothing like it. Or is there? Dehancer is a film-like color grading plugin that you can use to make digital footage look like film footage. Luckily, Dehancer reached out and they gave me a month to try all of their different plugins for various apps for free. So thank you to Dehancer. I'm also gonna get a commission from a code that I'm gonna put here that you can use if you like 10% off. I also get 10% from it, which is cool, but I've not been paid to review this software, and in fact they insisted on an honest review. So here we go. I'm still relatively new in my career. I've been ACing and DPing and doing various camera stuff for film and TV for about 2 years. I got a master's degree in film, and since I've been freelancing, so I'm still very much a beginner, but I feel like I'm a good test subject because not everyone is a coloring expert, and I want to look at this from the average person's perspective, but clearly with a passion for film. As we know, film is very expensive and it takes some skill to learn how to do it, and you don't really know the results until you're done with it. But Dehancer gives you a chance to just play with all the different types. There's so many different types of film, so this can give you an idea of maybe what specific film look you're going for without a lot of the stress, and also it's probably less expensive because you don't need to go then get it developed. So Dehancer works across various apps. They've got DaVinci, which is what I'm going to take a look at, Final Cut, After Effects, Premiere, Photoshop, Lightroom, which I'll also go over, and just countless, whatever program you're using for coloring, I'm sure that they have it. And there's 60 plus film profiles, so there's plenty to choose from and just experiment. Like, I personally just like to go through, excuse me, I like to go through a bunch of them and just develop a unique look for just whatever project I'm coloring at the time, because I feel like you should approach each project differently. They might have a different feel for the color, and they've just got so many. They've got, of course, like the usual go-tos like Kodak, Fujifilm, all sorts. Let's see, let's go to color. So right now this is DaVinci. I know that I did a node directly to coloring, which I know you're not supposed to do, but this was like probably my first one, just to look at it for the average person who just wants to get started and, I don't know, just play around with it. But this looks pretty good. And then you go to color, and then where is the stuff? Lightbox, that's not what I want. Effects, there we go. So you're gonna go in, choose your camera. You can input many different cameras so that it knows what you're using to give you the best results. And then you can choose which film. Yeah, like for this one I use Fujichrome Velvia 100, push and pull, all sorts. Film developer, it's just like it is emulation. Print, color head, film grain, halation, which you look at the glow of light sources. Just gonna undo that. Bloom is like for whites and stuff. You go through a similar process as shooting on real film. And I'm also very new to DaVinci, and actually the reason I got DaVinci, which of course is free, like the basic version, was because my colorist for my grad film told me about Dehancer. That's actually how I heard about it. she was just like it's probably our best option for film emulation, because I kind of knew I wanted to do film emulation because my film is set in 1969, and so obviously to get that nostalgia feeling you ideally want to shoot on film, but it was really my first proper time DPing, so obviously that came with a lot of risks and a lot of money that we didn't have, you know, as students, so that wasn't really an option. But yeah, if you just get like the exposure right, Dehancer, like it gives you a very, very close look to genuine film. The only experience I have shooting on film is I've like played with instant cameras. I just recently got passed down from my dad a film camera, a Canon 650 I think. So I'm gonna be trying for the first time after I've been using Dehancer. And I've done some like film loading. I did a film loading course for 16 and 35mm film at NFTS, and you know, you can do it, but it is a bit intimidating, especially if you're new to it. So that's why I really like Dehancer. On their website, they've just got everything you could want to explain it to you quick. So you've got, you know, 2 different ones. Film grain should be pretty self-explanatory. Digital, obviously you've got that smooth look. The film grain adds some nice character to it that we love from film. Elation, like I said, this is a good example photo where you see the glow from the light sources. Bloom, you've got glow or mist for bright objects, gives you that vintage look. What we like about film is the imperfections. That's what makes it feel, I think, nostalgic. And I don't know, just more personal. Got film damage as well, which is also funny because it's called Dehancer, not enhancer. So you're doing the opposite. You're dehancing it. Overscan. Boop boop. Film developer, so like log, and then you've got film developer on top. Film compression, you've got like no shortage of choices, and maybe you don't want to get into all of this straight away, but over time you can definitely learn all of these things and perfect them, and then apply that knowledge to if you then choose to shoot on analog. So I'm going to go through some pros, and again, this is mainly applicable to DaVinci and Lightroom, which are the 2 main programs that I'm using Dehancer with. So the pros, I would say it's easy to install and learn. It was my first time using DaVinci at all because I'd heard about Dehancer and I wanted to try it out. Never done film emulation before, never shot on film before, and I found it pretty easy to learn. Like, yeah, it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of options to choose from, but if you just take it one at a time, just play with it, you know, it's kind of like learning cameras. You kind of just have to pick one up and play with it, and you'll make mistakes, but you'll learn from those mistakes. And I just think it's more fun to just jump into it and have fun with it. And you can learn and play with film look without the risk or cost of shooting on real film. And it's different from a lot, like, because they've got like algorithms for all sorts of things, like the film grain and everything. It just feels alive, and like you tailor it to whatever you want. You have as much control as you want. If you just put it on, it looks great, but you can really get into all of the details of the grain and the bloom, halation, whatever you want to make it look like your own unique look. And yeah, and it just looks great without much adjustment. You can get into all the details, but if you just are starting out, you can just put it on, and as long as you've exposed it correctly, it will probably look really great. And then you can learn as you go from there. It's very streamlined as well. It's easy to use, and you just get a quick look. Cons, well, because it's so detailed, that can also be a lot to learn and be kind of overwhelming, especially if, say, it's your first time color grading. Like, I started first color grading photos, again, just digitally with Lightroom, which is very different than, say, if you came from someone who just takes photos on their phone and then adds an Instagram filter, which nothing wrong with that, but there's gonna be so much more to learn from there. But again, I think you can do it. If you know what you're getting into, then I definitely think you can still learn it. It's just because there's so many options, you can get overwhelmed. And yeah, I mean, it's not cheap, but I do think you get what you pay for. I don't think they're charging anything unreasonable. I personally, for me, I would look at lifetime, like for DaVinci Resolve, which $700, that ain't cheap, but it's for lifetime. You don't have to get stuck in a subscription. But if you want to do a subscription, which is much more affordable per month, you can't do one payment up front, then you can totally do that too. And again, they have individual pricing for photo or video or both, whatever floats your boat. And they break down like all the differences. No, it's not cheap, but I think that they give you a fair price, and they give you tons of different options depending on your budget and your experience. And this is also not necessarily a con, but just something that I don't think I'm aware of. But I mean, obviously it's not a lot, but I think it would be kind of cool if they had like an Instagram filter, like for stories or whatever, because I've noticed a lot of them. Like there's a 35mm film one that I'd like to use a lot that's on Instagram. I think that'd be cool. They do have an app for iPhone if you wanna do it just on your phone. They've also got a desktop, what do they call it? A desktop what? Bruh. Desktop beta. Okay. They've also got a desktop beta that I'm gonna show you in a minute. They've been around for a few years, and there's been lots of various awards for colorists using Dehancer, so you can trust the brand. The emails that I've had with them, they've been very responsive and very friendly, and just on top of everything, so that's good too. Like, you know, you're getting good customer service. And the people behind it, they also came from a film and shooting on digital, film and TV background as well, so you can tell that they're passionate about the product that they're making. I'm not really sure what's going on. It's not really working. I guess I need to update it like it's saying. There we go. Finally. Ah! It's also kind of annoying that it's just like outside of the actual program. I don't know, it doesn't seem as intuitive as the DaVinci one. Let's try the desktop. Why are there no videos? Okay, well, whatever. Let's just do some, I don't know, fisheye. Why doesn't it like any of my stuff? It's just photos. Can you only look at photos? I don't know. Okay, well, it needs to be updated again. Well, that explains it. But like, it's just annoying if it's kind of
it's just annoying if it's kind of useless unless you update it. And I didn't even download this that long ago. I don't know, I might have to come back to this. What else? Let me open... I'll open my DP show reel. I would also just say, even if, like, this was probably one of the first things I DP'd, and I would say it's probably not my best work, it still looks really nice with Dehancer. This is with Kodak Vision 3 200T. Maybe something that might come up is that, okay, well, if you're using film emulation, then doesn't that detract from real film? And would it then replace shooting on film? And I would say no, because I think it's a great alternative if you're not able to shoot on film. And I would argue the opposite, that it has actually motivated me to shoot on film and say, like, this is the sort of result you would get if you would shoot on film. And now that I understand more as a DP, and I've learned from shooting on digital, which is a bit more forgiving, and you can kind of instantly see what it looks like. Like this here, I feel like it's giving like poor things. Like, obviously I'm not as good of a DP as Robbie Ryan. I think that's the DP for poor things, I'm not sure though. But yeah, it's made me feel like film is more accessible, and I can take my time learning how to DP before I'm comfortable enough to shoot on film. And also, I would say this means you can have your vlogs look more nostalgic, like when I filmed in Mexico. I don't know, I just think it suits the film look. But again, I'm not gonna shoot on film just for a vlog, but Dehancer lets you do that. So yeah, I would say really Dehancer doesn't have that many cons in my opinion, and I think they outweigh the pros. So I would happily continue using Dehancer, and I would encourage other people to give it a try as well, even if you're new to coloring or if you haven't tried. If you're able to do a trial or something, or I don't know, have a friend let you play with it. I've just heard so many great things from other DPs or colorists that it made me want to try it, and I'm glad that Dehancer let me try it for a month for free. So thank you, Dehancer, again. And if you would like to purchase Dehancer, again, if you like 10% off, why not? Just take it. Here's a code for 10% off. I'll also get a commission. So you'll be supporting this channel and this video, and hopefully I can make more fun videos about film, because that's what I love and that's my job and that's what I like to do. So yeah, so thank you for watching this video. Have a good one, and go make some movies. Punching the camera. I got that from No Offense. Bye! Doesn't make any sense. What the fuck did I just say?